Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I don't know how it's gonna go, but here we go. We're going to build my plant stand that I just got in the mail. This is the first time of me doing a voiceover. I show the instructions on what it is showing me. I'm sorry, it's quite unfocused, but basically, first I organized everything on the floor and I did it basically by size according to it, and then there was that one odd piece with the two weird shapes on the ends, which I looked at the picture and eventually it turned out to be the post in the middle for the supporting of the taller ends of the poles. It's all bamboo and it's very sturdy. I don't know if I cut the part out or not, but Jensen stood on it once and I got very worried. As you can see, the instructions started with me sitting there and getting all the four poles aligned, and this one in particular, I am putting in the wrong screw, and we're gonna see that at the end of where I fix it, and it's just gonna be a hassle. Throughout this video, it was kind of hard to record because Jensen was giving me a tantrum every 5 seconds, but I eventually tried to cut those pieces out for you and make this as enjoyable as possible. I sped up most of the time frame to make it easier to be able to watch, and this thing so far, now that I'm recording this and editing it after, it is amazing and it's perfect for by the window, so you'll be able to have many different sizes of plants on this thing. So it came with the tool, I don't even know what it's called, but you guys can all comment below what it's actually called. It came with the tools and all the screws, and it had an extra screw each size just in case you dropped one, which I didn't, thankfully, even though I have a baby around. But then we will sit here and I'll get all the poles up, and as you can see, Jensen likes to play with them, and even as much as he smacked them, they didn't break, so they seem to be very sturdy to me. Now, with this one in particular, it came with two different size screws, which, if you heard me in the beginning, I did say that I was putting in the wrong screw in one of these poles, and you will see why, but it came with all the same backs to them to screw them in, and it's so far very sturdy. It seems wobbly right now, but not all the pieces are connected, and I'm sorry about Jensen in the background, but he seems to be having fun. But then after I got the four poles done, he apparently wanted to give me a high five, and now he's doing some dances and playing on the ground. And this one over here, they were slanted wooden planks, and they were a bit difficult to read the instructions, especially when Jensen kept taking them like so. And they did give you more of a representation of this one's on the inside, because the first ones are on the inside and then the other ones are on the outside, and you needed the longer screws because of what you will be putting in between them, which I think messed up on this. So let's see what I did. I don't know about you, but look at that cute baby over there playing. So here I am getting all the help in the world from Jensen, and he's helping me put it together and adjust it, and apparently trying to stack pieces that don't even go together. But I am screwing in the first sized screw into these like they're supposed to be. But as you can see, one is on the inside, the one closer to the screen, and the one is on the outside that's further away. And he is liking to wave hi to mommy. See, this wasn't particularly annoying with him trying to stick everything underneath, but you know, we make it through when we have kids, right? Now, on the other side, you do the exact same thing, and I know you're probably sick of hearing my voice, but we're gonna go through this and we're gonna get through it together. So right here, I believe I messed up specifically on where screws went, and I'm trying to figure out whether this goes in or out, and eventually I learned that the poles on the outside that are overlapping have the shelf in between them. So you're gonna see me struggle for a second, and I have to try and figure out how to hold it up so it's actually straight, all the while Jensen is sticking more things underneath it. So this part right here, I don't know if you noticed, but I put in the longer screw to make sure it is correctly attached while I am rotating the other, I would say plank. I don't know if it's a, I would say board piece. I am rotating it because it didn't fit correctly and I couldn't get the screw through. So when I rotated it, I was able to fit the screw finally. And then it goes a little smoother from here when I attach the other screws, but the only ones that are overlapping with the three pieces together is where you use the longer screws. As we can see, this lovely thing is finally coming together, even with Jensen trying to mess it up completely. Next, we are putting up the top thing to the one side of the stand. It is the shorter piece out of all the pieces, and it only needs 4 regular screws. And to be honest, I love this part. I put my bigger plant on it, which you will see at the end of this video, but it is so sturdy even though it is very small. As you can see, the ones that are further away from the camera are on the inside with the screws, and the ones closer to us are on the outside with the screws to help make that a little easier to see. And now you can see me moving over to the other side and fixing my mistake that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, where this part would need the longer screw because of the piece inside the middle, which I apparently had to cut out because of Jensen's tantrum a little bit, and here we are coming back to it to fix it. And as you can see, it's a more slanted piece and it should fit perfectly fine where it is. I may have forgotten to mention that I had to flip it around to get the best angle as well. So Jensen really likes when I have the camera around, so he's trying to say hi to everybody and, get the attention that he wants. But this one, you have to slide over the top, and then you have to put the pieces basically overlapping so it will work correctly, and then you screw it in. One is towards one way and one is towards the opposite direction. And Jensen is trying to show you the directions of what mommy is doing today. And he showed you a few of the pieces that we'll be using later as well. So this piece goes on the opposite side like I showed you, well, like I told you previously, and it goes over the first two, and then the other two planks will have the outside pieces of the shelf, so you can screw it in that way. And then I will finish off with putting the top small piece on the top of the stand completely, and you'll see the direction change with that. And those are also just for normal screws that come in the container. Right here, you get to see me struggle with putting the screws in and adjusting it and trying to figure out why this lovely screw doesn't want to go in. Eventually, I get it by adjusting and moving and finagling with it, but I don't know about you, but have you noticed the Weird Al shirt yet? Because Weird Al is amazing. Here we go. As we're nearing the end and my struggle is almost over putting this thing together, you get to see my baby play with it and punch it and just have a blast. Now, I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, but it came with these awesome little metal tools and they're actually metal, so I'm quite surprised. I don't know how they work yet because I haven't been able to use them, but here we have the amazing plants I'm going to be adding onto it. I got a cactus, this new big plant that Jensen chose for me. I don't know what that purple flower is, so if any of you know, please let me know. But here we end the video and you see my wonderful shelf in its glory. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and I'll see you in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!